Faster my good evening and welcome to the Manx Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker, playing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and around the world. And tonight I've got a chat with Will Pound ahead of his visit along with Jen Butterworth to the island for a concert at the Institute at the weekend. And I've also got some music recorded in the Grosvenor Pub on Athol Street in 1970. But first, here's a classic from the Waterboys.
Man is in love. How do I know? He came and walked with me, and he told me so. In a song he sang, and then I knew a man is in love with you. A man is in love. How did I hear? I heard him talk too much. Whenever you're near, he whispered your name. When his eyes were closed, a man is in love, and he knows. While he was watching you dress, he'd give you his all if you but agree. A man is in love, and he's me.
That was the Waterboys from their 1990 album Room to Roam. The song was A Man Is In Love, and of course that tune at the end there was Calliope House. Now I wondered about the name of that jig, Calliope House. I knew it was written by the Boys of the Loch, mandolin and concertina player Dave Richardson from Northumberland. But Calliope was the muse of epic poetry and eloquence. It's also a fairground steam organ in the USA, but actually Dave wrote it while he was waiting for his daughter to emerge from school across from the family home. But the title honours the Calliope House in Pittsburgh, home of the piper and art supporter George Balderose. Who knew? Next I've got a request for Andy Green, and it's If I Was a Blackbird by Silly Wizard. And it's a completely different version of the song, different tune, from the version by Sam Kelly and the Lost Boys I played the other week.
I am a young sailor, my story is sad. Though once I was carefree and a brave sailor lad, I courted a lassie by night and by day. But now she has left me and sailed far away. Oh, if I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in the top rigging I would there build my nest, and I'd flutter my wings o'er her lily white breast. Or if I was a scholar and could handle the pen, one secret love letter to my true love I'd send, and I'd tell of my sorrow, my grief and my pain, since she's gone and left me in yon flowery glen. Oh, if I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in the top rigging I would there build my nest, and I'd flutter my wings o'er her lily white breast. I sailed o'er the ocean, my fortune to seek, though I missed her caress and her kiss on my cheek. I returned and I told her my love was still warm, but she turned away lightly, and great was her scorn. Oh, if I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in the top rigging I would there build my nest, and I'd flutter my wings o'er her lily white breast. I offered to take her to Donnybrook Fair, and to buy her fine ribbons to tie up her hair. I offered to marry and to stay by her side, but she says in the morning she sailed with the tide. Oh, if I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in the top rigging I would there build my nest, and I'd flutter my wings o'er her lily white breast. My parents, they chide me and will not agree, saying that me and my false love married should never be. But let them deprive me, I'll let them do what they will. While there's breath in my body, she's the one that I love still. Oh, if I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in the top rigging I would there build my nest, and I'd flutter my wings o'er her lily white breast.
That was Silly Wizard with If I Was a Blackbird, and they were a band from 1972 to the late 80s, which had a changeable lineup, but key members were Phil Cunningham, his brother Johnny Cunningham, Andy M. Stewart and Dougie McLean. And you can make a request as well for a track by emailing folkshow@manxradio.com. So I've lived in Laxey and Lonnon area for, 33 years or so now, I suppose. And in all that time, one of the great supporters of live music at the Sessions, at Blues Club when it used to be in Laxey, concerts we put on the Institute, etc., is Norman McKibbin. And he popped up to the house the other week with a CD and some documents, some old photographs and such like. Norman grew up in the 1940s and 50s living in Dumbbells Row. His father was a cobbler in the village, and they used to play on the deads and derelict buildings in tunnels, which gave Norman an interest in the mines of Laxey. In the late 60s, he met Pete Atherton, who just moved from Lancashire to Lonnon, and he had a great knowledge of the Laxey mines and helped to form the Manx Mines Research Group, which Norman then joined. In 1970, the Derbyshire Caving Club with their leader Stan G came over, and they helped with further exploration of the mines over a few visits, and helped to investigate the Agnes shaft in particular and raise an original wagon to the surface. But they were also folk musicians, and Norman gave me a CD which is a recording made of the Derbyshire Caving Club in the Grosvenor Pub, which was on Athol Street, and it contains all sorts of songs and tunes, and I'm going to play a few selections from that this evening. Here's the first one. This is I'll Tell Me Ma.
She's the
So that's the sound of the Derbyshire Caving Club led by Stan G, and it was recorded in the Grosvenor Pub on Athol Street in 1970. It's interesting, isn't it, just to hear those other voices around, because of course some of them will be members of the Manx Mines Exploration Group, as it was called at the time. Here's another selection from it. This is Down in a Coal Mine.
It's got a good chorus to it. You know, it's a coal mining song, like sort of goes down the coal mine. Oh, a bit of chorus up. I'll check this one out. I am a jovial collier, as brave as work can be, and when the times be good and bad, it's all the same to me. It's like all the world I know, and careless for its ways, for where the darkness never ends is where I end my days. Down in the coal mine underneath the ground, oh, where a ray of sunlight never can be found, digging up the dusty diamonds all the seasons round, deep down in the coal mine underneath the ground. Ah, me hands are horny, hard and blood be working in the vein, and like the clothes upon me back, me speech is rough and plain. And if I stumble with me words, I've one excuse to say, it's not the collier's heart that's, but it's his head that goes astray. Down in the coal mine underneath the ground, oh, where a ray of sunlight never can be found, digging up the dusty diamonds all the seasons round, deep down in the coal mine underneath the ground. Oh, London's there. Ah, what'll do? The grateful scared that sit at home secure, of dangers that the colliers dare, of hardships they endure. They're very fire, they sit beside to cheer themselves on ways, they have for kindle at the cost of jovial miners' lives. Down in the coal mine underneath the ground, oh, where a ray of sunlight never can be found, digging up the dusty diamonds all the seasons round, deep down in the coal mine underneath the ground. Ah, so cheer up lads and make the best of every joy you can, and always meet misfortune as best befits a man. For when the times be good or bad, you'll still be jovial souls, or where would Britain be without the men who dig the coals? Down in the coal mine underneath the ground, oh, where a ray of sunlight never can be found, digging up the dusty diamonds all the seasons round, deep down in the coal mine underneath the ground.
Stan G and the Derbyshire Caving Club recorded in the Grosvenor Pub in Douglas in 1970. And if I have more time, I'll play a little bit more from that CD that Norman McKibben gave me at the end of the show. Now, Dan Walsh is the country's leading 5-string banjo player. He's an absolutely amazing player, and he's coming to the Institute in June. He's just released a new CD to accompany a book of music that he produced, which was the O'Neill's tunes for 5-string banjo, or at least a selection of O'Neill's tunes for 5-string banjo. And from it, this is The Old Bush, Humours of Balnacarrig, Jenny picking cockles and the Salamanca Reel. Some amazing 5-string banjo playing there by Dan Walsh. And Dan is coming to Laxey in June. More about that nearer the time. He's a great singer and guitarist too. A few weeks ago I played a track by the brothers Gillespie from Northumberland. They've now released their album The Merciful Road, and from it this is Pilgrim Song.
For the sun is on the rise, sweet breezes blowing in the pines. I don't know what I might find over that far horizon line, but sure as I'm alive, I'm gonna go. Day is breaking, breaking in my soul. Silent mountain pine and oak, earth of ochre, evening's gold, kisses of the gentle rain, call my wandering heart again. Oh, will you pray for our sake, sweet Lady of Grace? I was blue, but I began to feel my way when I lifted my gaze up to your face. Sure as I'm alive, I'm gonna go. Day is breaking, breaking in my soul. In this dark and cracked and lonely place, how we long for the light of your embrace. I'm a stranger passing through. Someday I'll come back to you. There's no gift I could dream of like the glowing lamp of love. La da 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 dee da Time has come for me to go. Fare thee well now, kind faces of the road. The gift you gave you might not know, but it stays with me. I feel the embers glow. Sure as I'm alive, I'm gonna go. Day is breaking, breaking in my soul. Strangers living different lives. Tonight by grace we cross the great divide. You welcomed me, you showed me to the fire. You sheltered me, you shared your food and wine. Moonlight falls like silver dew. Farewell, friends, I'll think of you. Golden in my memory shall each fleeting flower be. in the pines. I don't know what I might find over that far horizon line.
The Brothers Gillespie with Pilgrim Song. That is lovely. Now, it's Blues Club this week, so we always have a little taste of blues before Blues Club. This is Memphis Minnie. Memphis Minnie with me in my show for blues. She was born Lizzie Douglas in 1897 and died in 1973, and in that time she recorded 250 sides in a wildly successful recording career that spanned 30 years. She played and sang with the best of them and more than held her own in the male-dominated field of country blues. And it is, of course, Blues Club down at the British this month again, while the Railway is having a refurb from about 8:45 on Wednesday night. On Wednesday night, there'll also be the usual O'Donnell session. Friday night, there's a St. Patrick's Night Ceilidh at the Ramsey Masonic Hall, raising money for Shenigis Jew. Tickets are £5 by sending a message on Facebook or through June Garrett. There's also a Saturday lunchtime session in O'Donnell's from 12:30 till 3:30. And the Sunday afternoon session will be at the Ginger Hall. And don't forget, of course, that on Saturday night we have Will Pound and Jen Butterworth, fantastic players, playing at the Institute in Laxey. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later because we've got a chat with Will. Supporting them that night is Mark Lawrence, and he's got his new EP out, which is called Fien Skill. And from it, this is Jim Kelly's and the Crosses of Anna. Mark Lawrence with a couple of tunes from his new EP, and Mark is supporting Will Pound and Jen Butterworth at the Institute on Saturday night. You can get tickets for Will and Jen, and Mark of course, at www.etickets.im/et. They're just £15. A little bit more about that after this. Here's a chat with Will I had yesterday afternoon. So I've got Will Pound here to have a chat with, and of course Will and Jen Butterworth are going to be playing at the Institute on Saturday night, and there are still tickets available. I'll tell you about that later. So hi there, Will.
Hey John, how goes it?
Very good, thank you. I believe you've been on tour across the UK and to another island just recently.
Yes, we were playing in the Isle of Wight last night, which was it was just great fun, and it was the penultimate gig of our tour, and we're very much looking forward to coming to the Isle of Man. But yeah, we've been all over the place. We've been to Edinburgh, we've been to Whitby, we've been to Leamington Spa, we've been definitely travelling at Hexham as well. We've been all over the place. It's been great fun.
The length of England and wider now, coming to the Isle of Man as well. You've been to the island before though, haven't you?
I have, yes. I came, I'm just trying to think about it. I think it must have been about 6 or 7 years ago that I last came. And I did a gig at the King William School and some workshops, and it was brilliant because it was really nice, and I managed to have a good look around the island as well, and it was just brilliant. So yeah, I'm really excited about coming back. And Jen has been across a number of times with various acts, so yeah, yes. Really looking forward to coming back to play as a duo.
I remember Jen coming, actually. I don't think I saw the concert. I must have had a gig myself that night, but I went to a guitar workshop with her on a Sunday afternoon or something, I seem to remember. That was good.
Oh, great. That sounds brilliant.
Excellent. So you've got a new album out as well. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what was interesting about the album was that we, obviously me and Jen, we met through my European EU project that I did. I did an album about the European Union, and Jen was part of that project, and we just really enjoyed playing music together. We did one sort of duo set in the show, and then we did a split screen video during the pandemic, and it went viral on Facebook, which was totally bizarre and unexpected. And we just decided, we did a few gigs, was strangely for Radio 3. We did a couple of shows for Radio 3, and then we were just like, let's do some more gigs. It's really enjoyable. And so we put a tour together, and this is our second tour now, and so it's great. We've had it's just been really fun, and obviously with the album it sort of developed. We've got 9 tracks on it, and we sort of improvised quite a lot of the tracks until we sort of sat down for 2 days and then sort of settled on particular arrangements and things like that. But it's a kind of structure there, but it's still very improvised. The music is still very improvised, even though there are structures to it, and it's quite nice because each gig has a different dynamic. In terms of playing, and so, but the album sort of captured, a couple of days of that, so we're really happy with it, and I hope you enjoy it as well.
I have been enjoying it, and in fact, I've played 3 tracks already, and in a few minutes, I'm going to play Beggar Man. Anything about that track in particular?
Yeah, so with that track, it's really funky. So I use a bass harmonica in it, more or less. It's a 2-in-1, buy one get one free harmonica. So it's literally is 2-in-1. So it's I've been telling people about it on the gigs, and it's the only one in the world at the moment of its type. But it's great because they're tunes that are quite sort of popular. Soldier's Joy and the Jolly Beggar Man. But me and Jen sort of do quite a different take on it, I guess, and. Improvise it, as well. It's, quite a lot of improvisation.
Excellent. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing you at the weekend, Will, and Jen, of course. And here is that track from Will Pound and Jen Butterworth. Will Pound and Jen Butterworth there. And of course, you can see them, as I keep saying, on Saturday night at the Institute. Now, it costs an awful lot of money to bring people over to do gigs these days. The flights in particular have just gone crazy at the moment. It's costing us about £1,500 to bring the guys over. At £15 a ticket, that is, of course, 100 tickets we need to sell to just break even. I doubt if we'll sell 100. I'll be very happy with 80. So, obviously, a loss is made, and it's actually the Blues Club that makes up that difference, the Blues and Roots Club. And we get a little bit of money from the pub when we do the Blues Club each month, and that goes towards supporting gigs at the Institute and elsewhere that we put on. So thanks to all the musicians and other people that get down to Blues Club. It really is appreciated. These things wouldn't happen otherwise. Next, the Rails. They're a duo composed of Cammy Thompson, the daughter of Richard and Linda Thompson, and James Walburn, who's a guitarist and singer who's played in bands such as The Pretenders. They've had a number of albums out. This is the song William Taylor from their Fair Warning album of 2014.
I'll sing you a song about two lovers who from Litchfield town they came. The young man's name was William Taylor, the maiden's name was Sarah Gray. William Taylor had enlisted for a soldier. He has gone and left his own true lover for to sigh and for to mourn. Sally's parents did despise her, filled her heart with grief and woe. She vowed and said, I'll find my lover, for a soldier I will go. She dressed herself in man's apparel, man's apparel she put on. Then for to seek her own true lover, for to seek him she has gone. The sergeant major stepped up to her, asking her what brought her there. I have come in search of my true lover, who
That was The Rails with William Taylor. Now, earlier on I played a request for Andy Green. He actually asked for 2 songs, so I'll play the second one as well. And this is What's the Use of Wings by Jackie Oates and Megan Henwood. And don't forget, you can get in touch via folkshow@manxradio.com.
I could have been a giant, said the bonsai tree, but someone bound my roots and held me down. I could have reached the heavens, said the snowy owl, but they clipped my wings and kept me on the ground. I think I heard them tell me that they loved me, they'd care for me, without them I would die. What's the use of roots if you can't spread them? And what's the use of wings if you can't fly? I could have been a singer, said the minor bird, but they caged me and told me what to say. I could have run forever, said the pony, but they bridled me and made me go their way. I think I heard them tell me that they loved me, they'd care for me forever, so it seems. But what's the use of voices without freedom? And what's the use of living other streams? Why do people cage the things they love the most? Is it simply that they fear to be alone? If you give your love its freedom, it may stay a while. If it leaves you, it was never yours to own. I could have found adventure, said the angel. Now my world's so small, there's nowhere left to go. I could have ruled the kingdom, said the lion. Now this land inside my head is all I know. I think I heard them tell me that they loved me, they'd care for me and tell me it's alright. But what's the use of life without adventure? And what's the use of strength if you can't fight?
So let's return to the Grosvenor Pub on Athol Street in 1970. Some more music from Stan G and the Derbyshire Caving Club and the Manx Minds Research Group. Thanks so much to Norman McKibbin for his CD and documents about this event. See you next week.